Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone's doing well. Happy Mother's Day to all of my Army Mother friends and anyone else who happens to watch this as a mom. Adopted moms, stepmoms, grandmoms, moms, who I loved and appreciated. Thank you for everything that you do. So today we are going to continue on our track of watching all of the members do Black Swan. I kind of came across a small roadblock in that the version that I was watching with all the other members, obviously Yoongi was not in because he was in the middle of rehabilitation for his shoulder surgery, which still blows my mind. But I did find a version of him doing it back when they were practicing in LA a long time ago. It's like a year ago. But it's still a pretty accurate depiction of him as a dancer. So I'm pretty excited about this one. This one is for my friend Tony in Seoul, and I hope that she likes it and that she gets some enjoyment out of watching her man. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Oh, before I even start, this man impresses me so much because the sheer amount of willpower and like strength that it would take for him to dance with his shoulder the way that it was for as long as it was, it's incredible. I don't know how he functioned as well as he did, and none of us were able to tell that he was in pain. Like he just, wow, it's really incredible. I'm really close to the camera. So with that in mind, oops, my book stuck to my play. He's, first thoughts, Yoongi always surprises me with how intense he is when he's dancing. His stage presence is amazing. There he goes. While he's off stage, I can talk to you. I feel like he puts a lot of tension into his neck and shoulders when he's dancing, and thinking about it now, it might be because he's probably protecting his shoulders subconsciously. Here he comes, here he comes. He's kind of got that like b-boy swagger kind of thing. And he's very satisfying to watch because you can see the music in his body when he's dancing, which is probably an effect of him being a producer and writing music. He's so very intense. So I wish I could pull off a page boy hat like that. I cannot. Now that I know about his shoulder injury, like I watch all of their old videos differently and kind of look at the things that would have irritated it and see if you see any kind of like reactions from him, and he doesn't. You can't tell at all. Man's a beast. Oops, I did it again. Yeah, so let's talk. So watching, got really close again, sorry. Watching him dance, it feels like his timing is really incredible. It feels like when you watch him doing the choreography, you can see the musical notes in his body. Kind of similar in a way to Jimin, but Jimin is almost at the downbeat of the music, like he's almost late, and SUGA is like right on top of it. And it's interesting because you can see those things in both of them, but in different ways. I also feel like you can see his like more hip hop vibe from the way that he carries his like upper body. For example, like Jimin has his neck like from, let me show you the neck. His back of his neck like gets longer as he starts to dance, and it looks like Yoongi's goes this way, and it almost looks like his shoulders round over. It's very interesting juxtaposition between the two of them. He's also really, really intense all the time. Like those eyeballs when he's rapping, or which is just, y'all, I'm telling you though, I'm all about the brooding, the silent, also cute and gentle and funny and can cook, and Jesus, that's a problem. Tony, I get it, but it's okay. He's smaller than me. He's shorter. It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, so he's really intense, and I feel like he is always very, it's a good way to describe it. I always know that he's going to do the choreography the way that it was choreographed, the way it was intended. I'm not gonna see him mess up. I'm not gonna see him go the wrong way. I'm not gonna see him slip or fall. He's just very consistent and very strong and smooth. And like you saw all of this stuff, like clearly I don't do hip hop. It's just very smooth, and I'm apparently incapable of forming words today. It blows my mind though that he was assured that there wasn't going to be any dancing in this group before he joined, and now the group is known for their difficult choreography. I'm so sorry, sir. That's just really unfortunate for you. But I mean, on the upside, you're freaking amazing. So if that helps at all. I think when looking at him next to the other dancers, because I feel like Yoongi in general is a very unassuming presence. Like he's kind of intimidating when you look at him, just based on his like the resting face, his demeanor. But obviously when you see more of him, you realize how quietly kind he is. But just in general, his like personality is very unassuming and very quiet. And I think that his stage presence also does that, which kind of, unfortunately, dies down the hype that you would hear about him and how incredible a dancer that he is when he's standing next to someone like Jimin that kind of was like in your face with his like stage presence. And Yoongi, I would say, is probably around the same amount. With the presence, it's just a lot quieter. It's not one of those of like, you will look at me, but as soon as you do look at him, you can't look away. It's very captivating. He's very interesting to watch. It's just funny that he didn't want to dance and he's so good at it. I love when that happens. Look at him go. This is what, it's been close to a year since 8 was released, and I think most of my favorite tracks that are on any BTS album or just on my Spotify in general were produced by Yoongi, and he's just a beautiful human. He goes fishing with Jin because Jin likes it, and he can cook, which is super attractive, and he writes music, which is even more beyond attractive. Sorry, we're getting away from his dancing, but he needs to be celebrated, this beautiful man and his talent. So yeah, it's frustrating that people have this view of him being very intimidating and lazy when he is one of, I don't think any of those boys could have that word attributed to them at all, ever, for any reason. Lazy is literally not in their vocabulary. They work way too hard. Work-life balance is important. I have not figured out how to do that yet, but maybe someday. Someday when I'm not working 80 hours a week. But it seems very confident in who he is and the image that he has and what he wants people to see, and he doesn't need to push himself into the limelight or push himself into attention to just be him, which is really beautiful. So yeah, he also, just side note, gets very low to the ground as well when he's doing all of that plie stuff in second. So that's when your feet are apart and your knees are open in a plie, and all of this like all of that stuff. Yeah, I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about now. He's very like centered in his hips and down to the floor. It's really cool. So I think that's it. I hope that was everything that you hoped for, Tony. And I just, yeah. I think we're all slightly in love with all of them, whilst also wishing they were our best friends. Yeah, I feel like we would get along. I feel like I would laugh at all of the dad jokes, because that's literally all I do is tell dad jokes, and yeah, just. And on that note, I'm gonna go now. And I appreciate you all being here, and hopefully I will have more to show you next week. Have a good night, and I love you all.